Welcome to Mike Nierychlo Online, sharing my love for people, wine, food, and all things made passionately. Alright, quick thing I need to shout out at. Last episode, Rocky Creek Wines with Mark Hulford. Super cool. Last weekend I had the opportunity to hang out on Vancouver Island, hanging out in Victoria. One of the days I was there, Friday afternoon, we spent in the Cowichan Valley hanging out at a few different wineries up there. What a super cool part of the BC wine world. Neat up-and-comer, great aromatic whites. Some of the Pinots coming out of there, Pinot Noir, are going to be exceptional. So excited about that area. The Cowichan Bay, super neat little place to stop. Cheese places, delis, little sandwich shop, ice cream places right on the bay. Super quiet, super low-key, super relaxing place just to hang out. A great way to spend the weekend. So make sure you do some research and check out the Cowichan part of Vancouver Island. Just Google Cowichan Bay or Cowichan Valley and the wineries and the bed and breakfast, everything there. It's a really neat little getaway spot, so make sure you check that out. Also had some time to hang out with Mark from the previous episode, Mark and Linda from Rocky Creek at their winery. Quaint little setup, super cool people, super cool place. Those are the type of people I love in the wine world. Wine, depretentiosizing it up, or whatever you want to say. Super fun area. People who just care about hanging out with other people and enjoying a glass of wine together. Alright, today's episode. What did I hint at a couple episodes ago? Yeah, that's right. Fraser Valley Cork Keg is coming up. Now, right here on the screen, you can see the link. Click on it if you want more information or to get tickets. But I hinted a few episodes ago that I'd be having a ticket giveaway. A free ticket giveaway. So today, or this episode, or whatever, whenever you're watching this episode, is your chance to get some tickets. All you have to do is comment on this episode. Comment, just say something silly like, "Give me some tickets, Mike, I really want to go," or whatever. Or maybe ask me a wine question so I can get back to you and I can email the answer. Some question you find or you think is too stupid to ask. There's no such thing as a stupid question if you don't know the answer, and I'd be happy to help you answer that. Who knows, maybe I'll even do an episode on your question. But anybody who leaves a comment on this episode will be entered into a draw to win a free ticket to the Fraser Valley Cork Keg. So, I've got several tickets to give away. Everybody, comment on this episode. 2 episodes from now, 2 episodes, so you're looking at about 2 weeks away. I'll do a draw on the episode. We'll pull some names out of a hat, and I will personally mail you tickets to the Fraser Valley Cork Keg. I'm looking forward to it. Make sure you check it out. Again, click the link to get more information, or if you want to purchase some tickets, tell all your friends about it. Come to the Fraser Valley. We don't often have wine festivals here, so I'm stoked. Okay, 2 things out of the way. Let's get right into the wine of this episode. We've got to taste some wine. Argentina. Now, Argentina for the last while has been on everybody's radar. It's been producing some epic wines, very good value wines. Now, one thing I'd like to say about Argentina, and I'm hoping these display this way, we'll see. We've known about Malbec, and we've got a Malbec here to taste. Malbec is those juicy, fruity, bright, very approachable wines from Argentina, usually great value, big red wine. The whites from Argentina don't seem to get as much, what's the right way of putting it, as much attention. The whites from Argentina are exceptional value. I've often purchased whites from Argentina. Not often are they super complex or deep, but they're wicked value. They're usually really juicy, really tropical. I mean, the heat down there and the growing conditions are really good. So let's see how these ones work out. Both these I'm hoping are value. I think they're $16 to $20 wines. They're from Las Perdices. Now, read the back of the label before I started the episode. Las Perdices, or Viña Las Perdices. Don Juan Munoz Lopez, proprietor of this vineyard, hanging out in the vineyard, kept on having partridges. Kept having partridges hanging out in his vineyard. There's so many, you notice, in the area. So he figured, let's call the winery Viña Las Perdices, or Las Perdices must mean partridges, or the partridges. So, got partridges on the label there. So, let's see how this one works out. This is their 2010 Sauvignon Blanc. Now, Argentina, we know, is far, far down south from us up here in North America. Super curious to see what this one has to offer. Now, Sauvignon Blanc is a neat variety. It's done in so many different places of the world, usually done in cooler climates like northern France. We do a bit here in British Columbia. Works really well in New Zealand. New Zealand, not so much of a cooler climate, but in the parts of New Zealand where they're doing Sauvignon Blanc are cooler parts. So you get that kind of green, appley flavors, grassy flavors, things like that. So let's see how it goes from Argentina. with this producer. Ooh, interesting. Okay, on the nose. Piles. I feel like I'm lawn mowing lemongrass, and all I'm smelling is just the shards of lemongrass everywhere. So much lemongrass. It's like, yeah, it's grassy and lemony. Slightly floral, some melon in there, starfruit, those kind of things. A little bit of maybe some kiwi or, yeah, kiwi, green apple. Interesting. Under screw cap, ready to be consumed right away, keeping it fresh. Yeah, on the palate. Definitely Sauvignon Blanc. Wow. It's got a killer racing acidity. Razor sharp acidity. That's nice. Through the mid palate, I find it's a little bit... I'm not going to call it watery. I'm just going to call it... The flavors in the mid palate aren't so much. But up front, you get that lemon, kind of kiwi, a little bit of kind of lemongrass. And the finish is really nice and tropical almost. It's almost like banana meets guava or something on the finish. Still kind of a green flavor profile throughout, but a ripe green flavor profile. Very, yeah. Argentina Sauvignon Blanc. Well, I had a Pinot Gris on here from Argentina a while ago that just blew me away. The value was exceptional. This one, I'm not going to put it up in that ballpark. This is definitely a fun, approachable wine. On my rating scale, I'm going to call it, let's go decent plus. Decent plus, I mean, it's not blowing my socks off, but this is the kind of wine that is going to be, this is a good introductory wine. This is someone who's like, ooh, I'm not sure if I like wine. This is the kind of white wine for them. It's got neat, savory flavors going on. It's going to work really well with food or really well chilled on a hot day. Very refreshing, but it's a chuggable wine. As much as wine is, if you're going to be chugging it, it's a chuggable wine. It's a wine that you can drink a really nice big glass of, and it's quite refreshing. It's not biting or anything like that. It's an easy drinker. Yeah, let's put it that way. It's an approachable, easy drinker. I'm going to call it, let's call it decent plus. Right in there. Approachable, easy drinking, decent plus. Under screw cap. Alright, next one. Malbec, 2009, same producer, Argentina. Like we said, Malbec is that grape from Argentina. It's what's put Argentina on the map for value. Actually, super interesting little thing. If you look a few episodes ago, we did an episode with Riverstone, Ted Kane. They make a Malbec here in BC, and that Malbec was probably the pinkest Malbec I've ever seen. But it was such a fun wine, so interesting, so curious, but yeah. Okay, let's try this one out. On the nose. Wow, this is a super juicy wine. It smells like I've opened up a fresh jar of jam, but like kind of a, let's call it, yeah, a wild berry meets blackberry and raspberry jam. Big juicy berry nose, tons of berries. You can see the color of that. It's a deep but bright juicy color. Wow, okay. Fortunately, this one's under cork. It's drinking pretty young, actually. It's their 09. Super juicy. It's got a lot of tannin. And the tannin's fairly bitter, to be completely honest. The tannin's kind of like, yeah, a lot of bitter, kind of stemmy tannin. Like I just bit the rind of something. Not overly attracted to that. It's got good acidity. Yeah. A little bit over oak too. What this wine is doing is going into my mouth, and it's just taking over. It's going to my whole inside my mouth, and I get the sweet berry notes up front, but then the tannin and the oak profile kind of take over in my mouth. well, I'm not really overly impressed. There's a lot of Argentine Malbecs that display a lot better than this one. It's really too bad. Such an exciting episode. We're giving away free tickets to the Cork and Keg. Yeah, this one's a little bit subpar. I'll just call it, I don't know, it's... I keep trying it, but it's pretty disjointed. It's missing a lot of fruit. And I'm tasting a lot of oak and a lot of tannin, but not the attractive kind. Not the kind that's like, not like the chocolate cocoa flavors. This is more just like stemmy and woody, and yeah, that's too bad. So they're white. It's a decent, approachable white. Fun, approachable, everybody kind of drinker. This red, there's a lot of better Argentine Malbecs out there than this one. Actually, one I haven't had on the show, but I'll have to do is the Felino. Look for the Felino. It's being pushed like crazy right now. I think it's their 2009 Felino. Super good Argentine Malbec. Blow you away. Around the same price point. So, what can I say about this one? I think this one falls in my awkward realm. Yeah, it's kind of awkward in my wine rating system. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Anyway, everybody out there, thank you so much for watching today. Please don't forget, comment on this episode if you want some tickets to the Fraser Valley Cork and Keg. I'm stoked for that draw, and I'm stoked to see you there. More information, the link on the... This is my right. So I guess it's on your screen, it's on your right. Anyway, who cares? It's right there. Click on it. Everybody out there, wine! Depretentious, and we'll see all of you in the next episode.